My unit is meant to teach employees about the emergency procedures at our school. Content would include protocol for fire, tornado, lockdown, and evacuation drills. The target audience for my unit is substitute teachers at my school, although the instruction could also benefit full-time teachers, aides, and other school employees. Drills at our school are extremely complicated, and substitute teachers are not often included in the meetings in which they are explained. This population includes adults from age 22 to 60 with varying degrees of experience in schools. This program would be completed online and would ideally be completed at the school. Participants would complete the training in the computer lab at our school, and participants would have the opportunity to walk around the building to observe actual locations during or after the instruction. This is a freestanding unit, so it wouldn't need to be completed with anything else. Knowing drills is important for any school employee in case one should need to be employed. Upon completion of this unit, participants would be able to successfully carry out each of the school drills while supervising groups of students. In order to do that, participants will be able to identify the evacuation locations for specific classrooms for fire drills and evacuation drills. They will be able to identify the take shelter locations in specific classrooms for tornado drills. They will be able to identify which colored cards to use during emergency drills, and they will be able to explain the procedure for providing accountability of students. This unit will be divided into 4 lessons. Each lesson will cover a different drill. Lesson 1 would be the fire drill. This drill is used to evacuate students and staff from the building in case of a fire. During this unit, participants will learn which exits to use in different parts of the building. Participants will learn where classes need to stand once outside the building, and participants will learn how to use the red, yellow, and green cards to indicate the status of their classes. Green means everyone's accounted for, yellow means there are extra students with the class, and red is used if students are missing. The second lesson would be the evacuation drill. This drill is used to evacuate students and staff from the building in case there is something in the building that makes it unsafe to remain. This drill would be used in the case of a bomb threat, for example. In this unit, participants will learn which exits to use in different parts of the building. Participants would learn where classes need to stand once outside the building. Participants would also learn how to use the red, yellow, and green cards to indicate the status of their classes. Green is used if everyone is accounted for, yellow is used if there are extra students with the class, and red is used if students are missing. The third lesson would be the tornado drill. This drill is used if there is an impending threat of a tornado. During this lesson, participants will learn where students are to take cover in specific classrooms. They will learn the appropriate take cover position that students should be in during the drill, and participants will learn how to use the red, yellow, and green cards to indicate the status of their classes, as they did in previous lessons. In Lesson 4, participants would learn the lockdown drill. This drill is used when there is an intruder in the building or a similar threat to student safety. In this lesson, participants would learn where students are to take cover in specific classrooms. They will learn the procedure for accounting for students. In order to do that, participants would learn the phone numbers and email addresses that can be used to contact the point of contact for these procedures. They will also learn what message to include in those, such as all okay, but we have extra students, or not okay, as well as including the teacher's name and the room number. For each lesson, an explanation of the drill and why it is used will be included. Lessons will also include interactive maps that allow participants to click on specific rooms to see where that room evacuates to or take shelter. Lessons will also include instructions on how to account for students, either by colored card or email text correspondence. To assess participants' learning, scenarios will be provided and participants will be asked to provide details on what to do. Scenarios may provide an emergency and participants will need to respond with the appropriate drill. Scenarios may provide the drill and a classroom, and participants will need to identify the evacuation area or the take shelter area. Or scenarios may provide information on the accountability of students, and the participants will need to identify how to respond, whether by card or digital correspondence, and what information to include. This unit is primarily based on the theory of behaviorism. Drills are designed to be employed when a certain event occurs. If there is a fire drill is followed. If there is a tornado drill is followed. The goal is for teachers to know the exact plan to follow in the event of a specific emergency. This will be an online unit designed to be completed on the computer. The entire program will utilize technology through the instruction, activities, and assessment. This unit will be designed using some text and a lot of images. To best present this information, elements of graphic information design will be utilized. I have learned a lot in this course about graphic and information design. I have already used elements in my classroom. For example, one concept that was discussed in designing visuals for use on a screen. The recommendation was that presentations are designed with a dark background and lighter text. Since I learned that, I have started creating all of my presentations with black or other dark backgrounds and bright or light colored text. I have definitely noticed that the slides or documents are much easier to read, especially in my classroom, which is never very dark.